Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today's creator we've done once in the past, in episode 938, where they got a meager 13 stars. Today's map is going to at least match that, don't you think? Don't you think? Probably. Now, that last map that we did, well, it's been re-requested several times to do the remake, the 2.0 version. Now, I don't really do remakes of maps because it just encourages people to, oh, I missed out on a star here, I'm going to re-up the map with the things that BonBon said and it'll be fixed. Now, I'm not sure that was actually the case with the last map from this creator, but I just don't want to encourage other people. So we'll probably do it eventually, but we're not going to be doing it anytime soon. But things we can be doing sometime soon are things that you won't have to redo. You know what to do. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Rosi, Goal Italia, no, wrong spelling of Rossi, by Il-Sisi in 1983. Also shades of status quo there, of course. Then you've got your start square. Start square looks fine. We have got some switchbacks to get down into it, but it's a lovely, lovely map. It's fine. There your terrain heights. Doesn't look too flat, but there's plenty enough buildable space for the detailer. Anybody who's playing a modded game will love this one. You have got some beautifully laid out resources, a little bit squiggled on the oil, but it doesn't matter. And then if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, well, it looks just like that. Okay, off to the workshop. What do you need? Well, let's say it is aimed at a modded player, this one, so vanilla players, just enjoy the vistas. It's going to be worth it. It's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one, and a beautifully written description that if you follow it word for word will take you through everything that you need to match up this map with the screenshots that you see. We'll be using the Revy 4K theme, the real neutral relight colour slut, and there's even a list of vehicles there, which is going to let them off one little problem that I found in the game, and so we can let that go. There's a few mods, such as the procedural objects mod is here. We've got the node controller, we've got the intersection marking tool. You'll also need the unlimited trees mod because there's about 500,000 trees. We've got some nice custom roads as well, French signs and stuff, and there's plenty detailing going. Even the animated dynamic message signs. We're not really going to get full advantage of that during today's review, but yes, of course, it's a lovely mod as well. Anyway. Right, so we'll have a look at the gantries a bit later on. Let's just concentrate on things like, look, this is good quality lane marking, very good quality lane marking, quite happy with that. And this intersection, it sprawls, which is fine because it's way out on the edge of the map, and it's the other side of the map that you're likely to be doing any building. This is an out-of-city intersection. It's going to take you to the next town, and, well, wherever the next town may be, off of the map. You can use your imagination, or we can use Il-Sisi's imagination. We'll get to that later. Right, so intersection, we've got a nice little trumpet loopy thing going on here. It's all very slickly done, as is pretty much most of the map. As you can see there, that is just a stretched out intersection that joins up with the highway we've just come down from. And it looks lovely around the top end of this bay. I was going to call it a lake, but it's more of a bay. The back ends of the gantries, again, we'll be checking the signs out later, which were done with the procedural objects mod, and boy are they. It's not just a question of like there are names on them, but sort of like distances to turn-offs, and he's named these, right? So you've got an A1 and an A2 and a nice bridge. This is one of the two entry points into the bay. We've got a lot of water flushing in here. You know, obviously the evaporation out of the bay, the water's got to come in from somewhere. I imagine this as being low tide, sorry, just coming out of low tide, and the sea rushing back in. We do see that in certain locations. So if there's a place in Norway where the rip tide there is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Check it out on YouTube. I'm trying to think who. I think Tom Scott covered it. I do like Tom Scott. There's a YouTuber you should subscribe to if you like general knowledge, information, all that sort of stuff. Check out Tom Scott. Scott with double T, of course. Yeah, one of my preferred favourite YouTubers. Anyway, heading towards the start square, and look, it's beautiful. Dense coverage of trees. You can't argue against a dense coverage of trees. Look great from close up and look great from a distance as well. And an intersection. Now, where's this going to take us down to? The answer would be, there's that start square. So we need switchbacks to get down there, and they've been done very slickly as well. Again, another very nice intersection going on here. Again, we're just going to ignore. We've had a quick look at the intersection marking. Don't really need to see that, and the no controller has really smoothed out these slopes as well, so we don't get any jinky jankies on those intersections either. Very tidily done. So yes, the highway switchbacks down into the Bay Area, onto the island, and this is Rosi. This is actually where your town of Rosi will be. Any further towns, you'll have to name yourself, I guess. But yes, there's that. It's got some nice pre-built. Now, the thing is, LCC knows that these fields are going to be demolished. This is where you're building a city. They've done all this detailing, and they know it's not going to last. That is something. Now, okay, let's be picky. Let's be picky. If there's going to be one minor detail on this map in terms of detailing errors, and I'm going to give it to this one. How do you get into the toilet? How? Grappling hook? Yeah, doesn't matter so much that the well you can get into from this angle, so the well's fine. But that toilet on the burnt out shack, yeah, can't get to. There's plenty of trees. It's fine. There's plenty of trees. You can go in the well as long as you don't want to drink from it later. Oh, my local neighbourhood. If you go back 150, 200 years, thereabouts, there was a sewer leak into the main waters. And my local graveyard, my local church is just literally just over the road from me. Sometimes you can hear the chimes while I'm doing some narrating. Yeah, there's loads of people, all from like a very short period of time. Here we go. We are leaving Rosi there. Yeah, there's loads of children in there, and they all died of oh, what's it called? Is it typhoid? No, it's not typhoid. Is it typhoid? Anyway, that thing where you drink polluted water. Yeah, very, very sad times. But it's history. And it does make that graveyard very interesting to read. Very, very sad, but very interesting. Okay, everybody loves a big old bridge. And here's another big old bridge. Very slickly done. Custom bridges, very slickly done. And if you don't know how to make custom bridges, then there'll be a tutorial popping up a little bit later on in today's show for you. Well, a link to one anyway. Okay, and then we're heading out back this way. We're doing the full loop of the bay here. This is the, hang on, trucks right lane only. Okay, well, we'll stay on the right hand lane. And here we go. The Three Towers Bridge, 560 meters. And that is 3 towers of bridge. I don't think we can argue with that. Very, very slick, very tidy, very clean, and very dramatic. All of those varies thrown in together. This is a map that is 5 stars, isn't it? Is this not a 5-star map? And you've got to remember, whenever I do mark down something, if something gets a high, let's go across the rail. Let's go across the rail. We'll finish the bay loop with the rail. When I do mark down a map, if you see it's like a high 4 stars, round it up to 5, because I don't give myself any room for wiggle with the 5th star. So yeah, when people go, oh, you're being a bit mean with that one, not giving the 5th star. Well, also look, terrain conforming grass on the hills, because there's nothing worse than floating bushes and stuff on the sides of hills. So yes, always watch out for that. If you find a map which has got floating terrain, floating non-conforming grasses and stuff like that, that's just something that can be a little polished out. But we've not got that there. That is terrain conforming. But yes, if I give a map a high 4, then just round it up to 5 in your head. I can't, because if there's wiggle room for improvement, I have to leave myself room to round that up to a 5th star for somebody else. There we are. Anyway, shall we go left? I think we should go left. I don't know why. Also, notice no catenaries in the rail, which is very nice to see. We're using the catenary, not the railway replacer mod, and there are instructions in the description that help me. Thank you very much, because I never remember. They help me to, I will go off the edge of the map this way, to put in the correct catenaries, or the recommended catenaries for this map, which are the German M. Right, okay, we're done. We're at the edge of the map. We'll come back after the intermission and we'll check out some of the rest of the buttes, because this is a beauty of a map.
Are you bored with the standard vanilla bridges? Have you seen those lovely custom bridges but don't know how to use them? Ooh, very nice. Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Custom Bridges by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
And so back to Rosi by LCC and the shipping routes. Right, we've got shipping routes here, and they go through the widest part of the bridge. Probably a bit low for the vanilla cruiser, but remember that link to vehicles. I've not checked what vehicles are in that link to vehicles in the description, but I feel that you probably are okay. You've probably been given a decent set of boats to go underneath the height of that bridge there. There is a little point through the bay that it gets a bit shallow, but I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt on this particular occasion. And all of the shipping triangles you need there to prevent any right angle turnings. And then around full loop, got to do a full loop, back to where we started. Water flow doesn't matter too much because we have got the pre-laid pipes, and it is a modder's map after all. Although, yeah, I've got to remember that there will be somebody trying to play this in vanilla. There is this lake up here in the mountain, and we have got a pre-built in here as well, including power just up the way from it. I think that's going to work. It's going to work. I think it's going to work. Plenty of water around the island there as well, so if you want to play vanilla, you can probably get around it without polluting your subjects. The map is beautiful. I mean, we've got a great custom theme as well. All credit to that one. But what we're going to do, I think, is just come across to the map. Let's go across to the edge of the map. Now, on the edge of the map, we've got this barren area. It doesn't matter because it's deep in the fog. And this water area here, which is covered in the description very briefly. If you want to hide out your sewage and whatever away from your city, you could do that right there. The missing trees on the edge of the map just helps to cut down on the tree count just a little bit. I mean, it is pretty fair to say that 500,000 trees on the edge of the map you're not going to notice anyway, so happy to let them go. Right, let's find some feature things to look at, because there are some very nice feature things to look at. Let's start off with this island here. I mean, this island, probably the least interesting detailed part on the map. I thought I'd give you a quick glance at that, just because it's disinteresting. It makes it interesting. But there are plenty of other things to look at. Let me see. We've got the big old bridge. Everybody loves the big old bridge. Again, this is very nicely done indeed. Quality through and through. Totally believe the bridge. And a little vanilla pier made down here out of the bridge pillars. Very nice indeed. Right, now I'm thinking how best to do this. I've got some preset points. Shall we jump into the preset points? Yes. Now down here, this is another lovely beautiful bay area with the old seaweed under the water. I'm going to say the sand under the water down here I feel could just do with a tap of smoothing. A tap of smoothing along here. I don't entirely believe in it. So there is one little thing that could be done. Also, though, have a look at the Park Life Rock here. Yes, it's the old Troll's Cave going on here. And, of course, you get the vanilla trees attached to these Park Life Rocks. And these are, of course, wearing their trunks. So yes, I would have chosen a different sort of tree. You could use something like the vanilla tree remover to get rid of those as a modded player. But I have to rate it as I see it. Same over here. We've got the Park Life rock there with the trees around it, which a few of you already have spotted. Well done to you if you had. Now, love the density of the trees here, and I don't mind them massively on the cliffs on this map because it's consistent, which makes it believable. If you've got consistency, it makes it believable. But, remember I said earlier about terrain conforming grasses? Yeah, here are a few floating bushes. and you've got to be very careful with these. Now, these are going to be seen only at a distance. You're not going to be coming in close up for screenshots, but I'm going to point those out because I have to. It's only fair on everybody else. Right, we've already seen that rock, so I'll just jump to something we've already shown you. So let's show you something else. Right, catenary in the middle of a line here. That is the only example that I could find on the map of some catenary chaos. It's not going to affect gameplay, but I thought I'd show it. Right, here, this seems like a prime example for some potential blue mantle, doesn't it? This is where you would find blue mantle, normally right there. Let's check it out. And LCC is ahead of us, using some bridge pillars there to block that out. And again, top quality work by this creator. Right, we have some gantries. We've seen the intersection marking already. Let's have a look at some of this gantry work, shall we? So if we move in a little bit closer, we've got turn left for Revi, the old map, the last map, and turn right for the A5 for Rosi. Yep, and we've got some national roads down here as well, which basically tell you exactly the same. I like that. I like that. I think that's very nicely done. And over here, we've got a couple more. Let's have a look down here. These don't have the city names, but we've got the N1, the A1, and the A4. And the turn-offs, I wonder what we can find over here. Take the left for Rosi North, and the right for BonBonB Island. Never heard of it. It's coming soon, guys. There's your start. There's another big old bridge. My brain's gone. And I'll show you the rail under this bridge. The rail under this bridge is beautiful. There we go. The rail down there is absolutely very nice indeed. Again, I couldn't ask for anything more than what we see down here. It's on point. And it even ends up going into a tunnel at the end, which is very slick indeed. Very, very slick. Got a little bit of a shark's tooth on the edge here, though. So, yeah, just a minor thing. Just a minor thing. But there we go. And then we've got some more gantries. I think this is the dynamic. Did I not activate the dynamic mod? Maybe I forgot to activate the dynamic mod. Anyway, another sign to BonBonB Islands going off a kilometre in that direction over there. Over here, we're sort of close to the edge of the map, but also far enough away from the edge of the map that I feel, I mean, we're kind of in line with the edge of the island over there. So, does that make this important? A little bit of blue mantle right here. We are far enough in for it, I think, it not to be right in the edge, but we are also facing the edge of the map. It's borderline as to how important that is. I think it's too far into the map to be forgotten about that one. And then if we head over here, we've got over there, that's the turn off over there. This is the turn off for BonBonB Island over this side. So yeah, I'll show you that. This is the one we've already seen. And there's another highway that leads off to BonBonB Island, which goes out. So it's in the entire that side of the map leads across to my new upcoming map, which will be with you hopefully soon. I'm still working on it, but we're getting there. Here we go. No, it's not going to show us on this one, BonBonB. Come on, you already know that. It'll be the little turn-off road. There it is, down here, right there. There we go. So yes, so take a right here, take you down to BonBonB. Do you know what? This kind of matches a little bit to BonBonB. If you're liking this, okay, I use a different theme, but it looks similar. It looks similar. So if you like this, I think you're going to like mine. And why wouldn't you like this? What's wrong with you people? Oh yeah, we've got the wind farm here. A nice little bit of industrial detailing in the middle here. I like the use of these the trolley sheds there. Very nicely done indeed. Yeah, these things get noticed. But the start square's fine. But is there an asset of the day in the start square? Ah, you know there is, don't you? You know there is. This one is by Turbo. Turbo very nearly had 3 assets reviewed this week. I didn't know which one to choose. We'll probably do one next week as well, and probably the week after. They're a great new creator to the workshop. I mean, maybe they're not new. I've not checked their history, but just found them, and I'm loving all of their stuff that I've seen. Loving it. Factoids, because factoids. Henry VIII. Not that one. No, not that one. Of France. The French one. Yeah? Got it. Used to hang a basket full of small dogs around his neck. Right. As you do. Sounds like some wacky lady down the road from me, actually. It doesn't quite put them. She carries them in a shopping basket. And why not? And there's 3 of them. 3 of them. in the shopping basket. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've heard of taking the dogs for a walk, but I mean, you're supposed to exercise them. Not exercise yourself. Keeps her fit, I guess. Anyway, Coastside Small Apartment by Turbo. It's a vinyl bag as well. Printed vinyl bag. I mean, what? Today's asset of the day, that is a Turbo. If you're watching this, I'm loving your stuff. Keep them coming, my friend. Very nice indeed. Right, okay, we've made it to the end of today's review. What do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count, so use it. In the Viewer's Choice Top 10, where we choose the best top 10 maps of the month. You do, I don't. You can vote using a Facebook, Gmail, or a Patreon account, or even Apple by clicking the link in the top right hand corner of your screen, or the one that is in the description. It's simple, it's free, do it. Go on, off you go. But what do I think of today's map? Very nice, isn't it? Isn't it? It's very nice. Aesthetically, I mean, basically, it is a 5-star map, but there are 1 or 2 little things that I think could be visually improved. Like for me, specifically the sand is quite close to the start square, and it's a bit of undersea detailing that just looks a bit clunky to me. So I'm going to go for a very high 4. Minor polishing can be done. Detailing, there are a few little things. Am I picky or what? Yeah, there are a few little things. Again, you can round this up to 5 stars. I, however, cannot. I have to give it a high, but not a very high, 4 stars. Gameplay potential. Not really suited to a vanilla player, although you can play it as a vanilla player. Not really suited to you, but if you play with mods, this is a beauty. And for that, and it's quite clearly for modded players, I'm giving it 5 stars. It's all in the description, you know. It's all in the description. The seal of approval isn't in the description, it's on your screen now, but everything else is in the description. You won't play this if you don't want to play with mods. It's simple. It's simple. Anyway, we've made it to the end of the show. Well done, you. Well done, you. Well done, me as well. I didn't think it was going to happen, but I did. Today, we are going to invite you to join the 20 and Out Elite. Don't do it today. Do it tomorrow, in the morning. And use that word into the comments, just like I just did. And it proves that you were here. So thanks for your support, and I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. Have a great day.